All right, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to do ozone ear insufflation, which is indicated for head issues, sinus infections, throat infections, ear infections, hearing loss. Anecdotally, some people say it helps with like brain fog and things of that nature, but most of the literature indicates that it's really a local treatment, and there is some evidence that it does go past the eardrum. But if you're doing this, just really where you can expect the benefits is if in the case of an infection somewhere in the head. So it's going to be most helpful with that. Now, if you want to try it for other stuff, go ahead and try it, see if it works for you. But that's what it's indicated for. So the first thing we do is we have our water bubbler system. Again, this comes in two pieces. We have our stem, which is this piece, and then our flask. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up the water bubbler with water, and then I'm going to put my stem in. The reason we use water is because it humidifies the ozone gas. Ozone is very dry. So if you put ozone directly into the ears without humidifying, it can cause itchiness, scratching, it can make it a little bit more uncomfortable. So this makes it a much more comfortable process. Plus the aesthetics of just hearing the water bubbling is kind of relaxing. So it's nice from that angle. So the first thing I do is you'll notice the two different columns right here on top of the bubbler. There's one that is on center, there's one that is off center. The one that is on center is the piece that's going to connect to the ozone generator. It usually has a disc just like this. This is a hydrophobic valve to prevent water from backing into the machine in the case that you forget to disconnect your water bubbler from the machine after doing an ozone therapy. Because with the nature of these oxygen tanks, it pulls, once you turn it off, it'll pull some of the water back in through the generator. If this gets clogged, just replace it or get rid of it. And you'll know it's clogged when it is not bubbling through here. So go ahead and connect that to there. Then we have our stethoscope. So this is the piece that actually goes into the ears. So you notice it looks like this. On one end, this is going to connect to the other piece of the water bubbler system. So now we have a system where it comes from the oxygen tank through the ozone generator to create ozone, down the stem, through the water, and into the ears. So I go ahead and put this on. Well, before that, let's turn our ozone generator on. I don't like to personally set my regulator when I have these in, because if you're clicking through, you'll kind of feel some popping sensations, and I don't really like that. The other thing to note is that you do not want to create pressure. So you shouldn't clamp these in and try to create pressure. That can actually, and I've heard of people inducing vertigo by doing that because they're pressurizing their ear canals so tightly. So make sure there is not pressure, just keep it loose. We'll relieve a little bit of pressure every once in a while, and we'll have a new product probably about in a year that just doesn't have that risk associated with it. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and set my regulator. Again, the protocol is down below the video, so you don't have to remember all these numbers, just look at the numbers down below the video, and that's gonna tell you exactly what setting to set the regulator to, how long to do it for, the frequency, all that. So for this video, I'm gonna go ahead and choose 31 gamma, probably a little bit high. Usually it's gonna be a little bit lower, but I'm feeling a little risky today. I don't know about you. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 31. So that means I'm gonna set it to setting 6. So I have it set to setting 6. Again, I don't personally like to have the earpiece in while that's going because it just creates kind of a popping sensation. So I set my regulator and then I put it in just like this. So you can just get comfortable. Again, don't let it build up pressure. You can just kind of have it loosely there, and you're just gonna go ahead and relax with these in. It has a nice sound to it because I can hear the bubbles coming up. So for the amount of time dictated in the protocol below, that's how long you're gonna do the therapy depending on what you're trying to do. But once you're done, what you're gonna do is go ahead and take these off. You can let them rest around your neck. I'm gonna set my regulator to 0. That's gonna quit the creation of ozone. Then I'm gonna turn my generator off, and then always disconnect your bubbler from the ozone generator. And that is how you do an ozone ear insufflation.